It's Felisa. It is the holiday weekend and it is 1,000 degrees, child, in my neck of the woods. It's a beautiful day, though. Today is going to be Entry into Transformation Tuesday. Before I go into my review, I want to just issue a small disclaimer, which is this is just my personal experience with this particular product. It's not intended to either persuade or dissuade you from making a purchase, but hopefully it'll give you some additional insight and information that will help you and guide you in your decision making as it pertains to this product. Now, I want to say that I first heard about DHerbs maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, if not longer, and it was on the Breakfast Club. Angela Yee was talking about it. I've forgotten now what the context of the conversation was, but she mentioned it and she said that she had done the cleanse and, she liked it and she had some good results from it or with it. And so, I tuck that information in back my natural. And so you guys know I love a good detox. I love, like pushing reset on my system, all those kinds of things. And last year was just really one for the books. Actually, 2018 and 19 were just one for the books. I feel like last year was just 2018 part 2, and I really feel like this is 2018 part 3, honestly, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I had been battling with my health, as you guys know some of it, but just battling with my health, different symptomology, and really feeling not at all comfortable in my skin. So I remembered DHerbs and I decided that I wanted to try it. So I purchased in December of last year, I want to say, the 10-day cleanse. And I got through it. I thought it was great. I felt really good afterwards. I didn't have any problems with it at all. And so I decided that I was going to do the full body cleanse. Couple of things with that. Number one, I don't think that I paid attention to what the requirements were going to be. I thought that it was just going to be an extension of the 10-day cleanse. And while it is theoretically, it's more components to it. Furthermore, I don't know why on earth. I hate taking pills, y'all. Let me just be honest. I hate anything that has to do with a pill. Like, I was taking Geritol liquid and liquid vitamins for the longest because I just I couldn't choke down those horse pills. Like, I just couldn't do it. I didn't know. Like, I literally had to give myself a pep talk before I could choke that down. So just taking pills just make me like nauseous. So I was surprised when I decided I was going to do the full body cleanse, but I know for sure that I did not pay attention to all of what I was going to need to do. I assumed, like I said, that it was going to be an extension of the 10-day cleanse. So let me show you what the requirements are for this is the box that it comes in. I still have the box. So the 20-day cleanse is, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5, but 6 bottles of supplements that you've got to take every single day at 5 capsules each. So yes, you heard me correctly. 5 capsules of each supplement every day. So that's 30 pills a day that you need to take. That alone was just daunting. Then the schedule, they give you a sample schedule, which is here. So if you start your day at 7 a.m., you would take, your first dose of 5 capsules at 7. 3 hours later, you would take another 5. 2 hours after that, you would take another 5. 2 hours after that, you take another 5. 3 hours after that, you take another 5. And then 3 hours after that, or 2 hours after that, you would take another 5. Now, they do say that you can take the supplements however it makes sense for you, but it's a timing issue. You want to make sure that you have at least 2 hours between each one of the doses, and then you want to make sure that you've taken your last dose at least, I want to say, 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. And then the final thing that you would take is the activated charcoal. And I would have just a cup of um, herbal tea at night, and I will put this in it. Ever so often, I will have like just my water, and I will put it in there. The activated charcoal did not give me any issues. It was all of the pills, like seriously, all of the pills. I think I got to maybe the 6th or 7th day before I was tapping out, because there was just, I was not going to be able to finish that. Like, in my head mentally, it was just so daunting to have to take all these pills. They give you, with the full body cleanse, like a pill organizer, which is nice. You fill it up, or at least I would fill it up, and then I would throw it in my purse. But literally throughout the course of the day, I was thinking, is it time for me to take my next dosage? I found myself like setting my watch with an alarm to take these supplements. It was just too much in the course of the day, too much for me to really keep up with, because I was constantly swallowing pills. So, and then, like, I was trying to figure out how to take them in order, because, I just never got the hang of it. So, I put, where is it? Can you see that? Or can you guys see that? Okay, so I had the label number 5. This is number 4, and so on and so forth. The last one that you would take would be the, which one is it? See, this is ridiculous. The colon and digestive cleanse, and that would be the last one that you would take at night for obvious reasons, because you will want to wake up and have things moving, so to speak, in the morning. The second component of this, which is very important for the detoxing and for even the weight loss, if that's your goal. And let me just say that they never promise you that this system is for weight loss. They'll tell you that, it's kind of a byproduct that you can lose up to 30 pounds. But this is really supposed to be detoxing your system, resetting, all those kinds of things. The second component to this particular system is raw foods, eating raw foods. And so in my head, I always, kind of thought about that as nothing cooked, nothing heated, nothing microwave, broiled, fried, none of that. Everything was, straight out of the earth, the way that God made it. And so for me, it wasn't necessarily difficult. It was just limited because, if you think about your diet, everything is pretty much cooked. I will say that it forced me to shop differently, right? Because, now I'm having to either look at labels to determine whether or not a food was considered raw, or figure out how to make it. I will say that they have recipes and they have guidelines and things on their website that's able to help you, that will give you some insight and some pointers and all that kind of thing in terms of recipes. There is a Facebook support group, which was really accommodating. The moderators were really responsive, as well as the administrators, whenever you had a question or wanted to know if something was permissible. And the people that were in there were very encouraging and very helpful. I've been in some Facebook groups where it's literally kill or be killed, seriously. But there's a lot of support in the DHerbs group. And I remain a member, even though I'm not taking the supplements. I did finish the 10-day, like I said. I just was not able to finish the 20-day. I think that if you're going to do this, you need to research, not just understand the number of pills that you're going to take per day, but understand what raw foods and raw food diets really mean, and see if you can commit to that. Because theoretically, most of us will probably say, oh yeah, I can do that. That's not hard. I tended to stay with like cut up fruits, veggies. I did a lot of leafy green salads, which, were filling. But when it comes to, salad dressings and things like that, I think it's important to not cheat. And so, I wound up having to go to like Better Health stores or Whole Foods, even Trader Joe's, to get some of these things, which meant that it was going to be pricier. So you need to factor that in as well. Shopping in those particular stores and in that particular niche of raw foods, even organic kind of foods, is going to price you higher than if you were just selecting ordinary produce. So keep that in mind as well, because it's going to be an extra expense that you will incur. I want to say that this system is about $120. The 10-day cleanse is about $80, if I remember correctly. Plus, of course, the cost of, your fruits and vegetables and whatever else you're going to eat. Again, if I'm not going to dissuade you from doing this, I just think that you need to do your research and not just jump, into it. One of the things that's so eye-catching and so motivating for people to do this, including myself, is the thought, oh, I can lose 30 pounds. Well, your mileage may vary. That's number one, but it's not even necessarily designed to get you to lose weight rapidly like that. It's supposed to detox and clean your system and all those kinds of things. And you can do that different ways without 30 supplements a day. I just thought that the 30 supplements were overkill. Now, for the 10 days express cleanse, I think that's what that's called. It's 3 bottles. You still have to take 5 of the 3, but it's 15 pills. 15 pills is still a lot, but it was not as oppressive, I don't have another word, I'm sorry, as this system. Now, there are people who had great success with this and they love it and they've decided that they want to continue to do it, and God bless those people. I am just not one of them. I'm pretty neutral on this. Like I said, I don't want to tell you don't get it. I just think you need to do your research before you purchase it and know exactly what you're going to get into so that you can commit to it, because this is really pushing you into a lifestyle change, so you probably need to be either thinking about becoming vegan or at the very least vegetarian before you do this diet. Because if you're not thinking that way and not leaning that way in terms of clean eating and, whole food eating and, all that kind of stuff, this is going to be extremely restrictive for you. And you'll find yourself cheating, which is going to defeat the entire purpose. So again, my strong recommendation is that you research this. I would join the Facebook group. I can't remember if I needed to make a purchase or not before I joined. I feel like I didn't. But search out DHerbs on Facebook. Go to the website, familiarize yourself with the products. I personally would start with the 10-day. If you plan on doing that, 10 days is, to me, an easy commitment. It's like a week and 3 days, literally. You start on a Monday, you end on like that Thursday or Wednesday the next week. To me, that's just a lot easier. I don't know why it is for me, but 10 days is nothing. 20 days, we start to get into a problem. We really do. So anyway, that's my review on DHerbs. If you've used it and have had great success with it, please drop your comments below. I would love for people to be able to see other opinions and, schools of thought and, what made it successful for you. What did you do differently? If you tried it and it did not work for you, happy to hear your story as well. But I'm just going to leave it there. I think you need to research it, and like I said, I strongly recommend that you start with the 10-day instead of jumping headfirst into the 20-day, because I think that it'll at least give you a taste of what you're going to be in for. All right, y'all. I'm Felisa. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.